Leduk ang. Wang ang. And any more? Chung Hu. Correct, Chung Hu. Okay, Ming Ang. Ming Ang.
Yes,
What do you think, Ming Ang?
I think
Num
it's remain steadily.
Number 12. Number 12.
Is remained steadily.
Which one are you looking at? I'm looking at number 12, Ming Ang. Number 12. Can you see number
And number
12?
12 is safely.
Is correct. Very good, Ming Ang. Sharply. Very good, everyone. Interest rates rose sharply. Sharply just means suddenly and by a large amount. A lot of these, of course, are synonyms. Okay? Mean the same thing as several other words. But the more synonyms you know, the better. Okay, number 13. Stayed the same without changing. Okay? Stayed the same. Didn't change. 2 words. 2 words. First word, 8 letters. Second word, 6 letters. And actually, the second one can have 2 answers. Okay? The second one can have 2 answers. Thank you, Jafat. And let me know if you know what the other word is, Jafat. So the
Okay.
second word, the one that begins with ST, you can have 2 answers for that. Both are correct. 2 words. Thank you, Wang Ang. Thank you, Ding Lam. Very good, Viet Tien. You have both words. Good. Okay. So, Chung Hu. All right. First one has to be past tense, remember. Okay. And your word still doesn't have must have 6 letters. Must have 6 letters, Chung Hu. The second word. Correct. Phung Duk Ang. Thank you, Ming Ang. Nok Ang. Sin Chao Nok Ang.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Nok Ang?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Welcome to class. Okay. Again, everyone's doing well at this. This is good. Because after we finish our writing task 2, which I hope we can finish today, we will start going back to writing task 1. These, of course, are all words you need for writing task 1. Okay. Whose turn? Nok Ang. Nok Ang.
Yeah.
Can you read the whole sentence, please? Nok Ang. All the sentence.
The number of tourists visiting Hoi An remains stable throughout the year.
Sorry, Nok Ang, you are so quiet. I can't hear you. Can you turn your microphone up, please, Nok Ang?
It's okay now.
Can't hardly hear anything.
Hello, it's okay now.
It's a little bit better. Still very quiet. Nok Ang, can you get any louder or not?
Hello?
It's a little bit better. A little bit better. Okay. What are the missing words, Nok Ang?
It remains stable.
Correct. Remain stable or Viet Tien?
Remain steady.
Good. Okay. Remained is definitely the first one. Steady or stable. Okay. Steady or stable just means doesn't change. Number 14, everyone. Number 14, the opposite of quickly. Easy one. 6 letters. First letter S. Thank you, Jafet. Thank you, Chung Hu. Phung Duk Ang. Nok Ang. Ming Ang, thank you. You are all correct so far. I know this one is too easy. Okay, thank you, everyone. All right, and the answer, of course, is slowly. I'm really pleased no one got that wrong. Okay, simple word. Number 15. See if you remember this word. Number 15, 10 letters, beginning with FL. And please make sure you get the tense correct. Thank you, Ming Ang. Thank you, Viet Tien. The Duk Ang, Hoàng Ang, Ding Lam, Nok Ang, Phung Duk Ang, not correct, Chung Hu. Third letter is U. Okay, that will give you a clue, Chung Hu. The third letter is U. And thank you, Jafet. Okay, Le Duk Ang.
Yes.
Can you read me the sentence, please? Number 15.
15 is the temperature fluctuated throughout the day.
Okay, perfect. Temperature fluctuated. Fluctuated. Again, most of you got that correct. Number 16. 6 letters. GA means increased in size or amount. Correct word, Chung Hu, but wrong tense. Remember, all these are past tense. Thank you, Phung Duk Ang. Nok Ang, you are correct. Hoàng Ang, you are correct. Le Duk Ang, you are correct. Viet Tien, you are correct. Okay, Hoàng Ang.
Yes.
The correct word is
It should be gained.
Is correct. Okay, again, simple one for most of you. She gained 5 kilos over the holiday. Gained means to increase in size or amount. Number 17 is the opposite. The opposite of gained, 6 letters beginning with SHR. Again, maybe I've made it too easy for you. So you should all get this correct. Nok Ang, you are correct. Ming Nok. Sorry. Not Ming Nok. Nok Ang, you are correct. Jafet. That is not past tense, okay? Or it is past tense. Sorry, Jafet. It is past tense, but not that form of the word. Same with you, Viet Tien, needs to be past tense. Hoàng Ang, you are correct. Okay, interesting. Some of you have got not the right tense. Phung Duk Ang has to be past tense. Ding Lam, you have the right word, wrong tense. So this one is interesting, okay? Le Duk Ang, that is not correct. Okay, not
no.
close. Not even close. Okay, interesting, this one. And anyone else? Phong Duk Ang. You are correct.
Yes.
Phong Duk Ang, can you read the sentence, please? Number 17.
The amount of traffic in Hanoi shrank during Tet.
Okay. Shrank, everyone, is the correct form of the word, not shrunk. Okay. Shrunk is actually still present tense. Shrunk is present tense. Shrank is past tense. Shrunk is present. Has to be shrank. Okay, number 18, everyone. Almost finished. Number 18. See if anyone knows this one. It's a word we have used before, but not that often. 8 letters. Begins with RO, means increased very rapidly. Okay, so it's not rose, obviously. Rose only has 4 letters. Phong Duk Ang, you are correct. Viet Tien, you are correct. Nok Ang has to be past tense. What is past tense of that word? Nok Ang? What is the past tense, please? Ding Lam. Good try, Ding Lam, but not correct. Okay, there is no such word as that. That's better, Nok Ang. Better. Le Duk Ang.
Yes.
Okay. How many letters? How many letters does rose have?
4.
Correct. How many letters is the answer here supposed to have?
8.
8. 8, yes. Okay, so
Oh.
rose is not correct. Okay, Chang Hu, not correct. Ming Ang, that is correct. Jafat, that is correct. Leduk Ang, you are now correct. Okay. Leduk Ang, can you read number 18 for me, please?
The Apple profits rocketed after the launch of iPhone 17.
Correct. Okay. Rocketed. Rocketed. A word we haven't used very much, but it is a great adjective. Okay. Rocketed means went up like a rocket. Okay. Increased very rapidly and suddenly. Rocketed. It's a great adjective to know. All right. Last one, everyone. See who can get this one. Again, a word. I've given you 3 letters because it's not a word we have used very often. Ten letters means became less or shrank. Okay, shrank would be another synonym for this word, shrank. Remember, shrank is past tense, shrunk present tense. But of course, the word is not shrank. We've already used that, but it means the same as shrank. D-I-M. Very good, Viet Tien. You are correct. Phong Duk Ang, you are correct. Ding Lam, you are correct. Good. Anyone else? I've had 3 correct answers so far. Means became less or shrank or got smaller. But begins with D-I-M, 10 letters. That is correct, Jafat. Not correct, sorry, Chang Hu. Correct word, Laduk Ang, but you haven't spelt it correctly. Okay, any more? Okay, let's look at the answer now. Huang Ang.
Yes.
Do you know this one?
Obviously not. I didn't know even the 18th one because my mind was
What?
full of like robots and
Robots.
robots.
I know. Okay, yeah, sometimes once when you have a word suddenly comes into your mind, it's hard to get rid of it. Okay, so number 18, rocketed. Number 19, Okay. Ming Ang,
Yes.
can you read number 19, please? All the sentence. Read the whole sentence, please.
Whose population has over the last 10 years?
Sorry, what was the missing word?
I cannot remember.
You're not sure. Okay. All right. Laduk Ang
Is diminished.
is correct. Diminished. Diminished.
Diminished.
Okay. Diminished. Diminished. Means, of course, to get less. Means it shrank. Means it got smaller. Diminished. Diminished. Okay, so a couple of words there for a couple of you that maybe are new or you have forgotten. All right, very quickly go through and revise them. Chung Hu.
Yeah.
Okay, can you read sentence 11, please? Sentence 11.
The population of Dallas has increased
Or remember what the word was?
gradually over the years.
Correct. Increased gradually. Good, Chung Hu. Gradually. Number 11. Viet Tien.
It's fucking pen really fucking.
Yes.
Okay, can you read sentence 12, please?
Sharply.
Yeah. Can you read the whole sentence, please?
Interest rates rose sharply during the last quarter of the year.
Good. All right. How many months, by the way, Viet Tien? How many months in the last quarter of the year? How many months?
3 months.
Is correct. Okay. This is quite a common collocation in English, everyone. The last quarter of the year, the first quarter of the year, just means 3 months. The 3 months at the end of the year, the 3 months at the beginning of the year. But quite often, when people are talking about figures or statistics, they will talk about the last quarter, first quarter, one of the middle quarters. Okay, they are always talking about 3 months. Number 13, Laduk Ang. Laduk Ang.
It is
Can you read the whole
number
sentence,
of
please?
tourists
Yep.
visiting Hoi An remained steadily throughout the year.
Okay, almost. Remained steady.
Steady,
Yeah, steady, not steadily. Steady or stable was the other one. Steady, stable, mean the same. Doesn't change. Number 14, Jafat.
The price of food increased sharply last year. I know, slowly. Yeah,
Price.
around that.
Yes, correct. The opposite of quickly. Price of food increased slowly last year. Thank you, Jafat. Huang Ang,
I get the number 15, right?
you get number 15.
Temperature fluctuated throughout the day.
Good. Good pronunciation too, Huang Ang. The temperature fluctuated means up and down. Very useful word. Number 16, Ding Lam.
Number 16,
She
she, she gained 5 kilos over the holiday.
good. Gained, everyone. Gained. Gained. Means to get bigger. Gained. Number 17, Ming Ang.
The amount of traffic in Hanoi shrunk during that.
Okay, so past tense is shrank, Ming Ang. Okay? Shrank.
Yes.
Shrank. Okay? Not shrunk. Shrunk is present tense, everyone. Shrank. I know it looks like shrunk should be past tense, but typical annoying English, it's not. Okay? Shrank is the past tense. Number 18, Fong Dok Ang.
Number 18 is
Apple's profits
rocketed.
rocketed. Good. After the launch of the iPhone 17. And last one, Nok Ang. 19, Nok Ang.
Is diminution.
Can you say the word again, please, Nok Ang?
Diminution.
Okay, close. Diminished. Diminished. Can you say that, please, Nok Ang?
Diminished.
Okay. The ED on this word, the ED is pronounced like a T. Okay, so it is not diminished. Okay, that is not correct. It is diminished. Diminished. Can you say that, please, Nok Ang? Diminished.
Diminished.
Good, much better. Hui's population has diminished over the last 10 years. Means, of course, Hui's population has got less. Okay, thank you, everyone. So a reminder of some words there and maybe a couple of new words for some of you. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to okay, you should be able to see the essay document. All right, so for the last few weeks, this is the topic we've been looking at. Nguyen. Nguyen. Nguyen, oi.
Yes.
Nguyen, can you read the topic, please, that I've highlighted? Can you see the document, Nguyen?
The looking ahead or vehicle will become automatic.
Now, what the one where I've highlighted here?
In the future, all car will be driverless. The only people inside will be passenger. Would you think the advantage or outweigh the disadvantage?
Okay, good. Okay, so this is what sort of essay, Nguyen? What sort of essay is this?
It's advantage and disadvantage.
Is correct. Good, Nguyen. This is an advantage, disadvantage essay, of course. Okay, because this is what it says in the question part. Okay, good. All right, everyone. So what we did last week, the last 2 weeks, okay, we've done our introduction. Okay, introduction, of course, first sentence is always a paraphrase. Okay, in the next part of the introduction, the next sentence, okay, is where you give your opinion Remember, it asks you what you think. Do you think? Okay, so you have to give your opinion, but it's not an opinion essay, of course. Not an opinion essay, but it does ask you for your opinion. All right, and then you have to decide, are the advantages better than the disadvantages, or the other way around? And in your introduction, okay, you have to include 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages. Remember, why do you include 2? Because advantages is plural, so you must have 2, not 1. Same with disadvantages. This is plural, means you must have 2 disadvantages, not 1. Now, these are the advantages that we have talked about before. These are the disadvantages. Advantages include safety, okay? Driverless cars are safer, all right? Maybe there's less traffic congestion. Maybe they are more environmentally healthy and they give passengers a better experience. These are all advantages. Disadvantages, the cost, cybersecurity risks. Maybe driverless cars can be hacked, okay, which could cause accidents. Job losses, all right? People who are drivers, they will lose their job if a driverless car comes along. And maybe it's a worse passenger experience because there is no driver. All right, this is what we have done so far. So again, you can see this is a band 9 essay version, by the way, of what you have all written. I've combined what you have all written into an essay that will get a score of band 9. Again, you can see paraphrase, okay? I've given my opinion, all right? I've included my 2 advantages and I've mentioned my 2 disadvantages. And in my opinion, the advantages or the pros outweigh the cons or disadvantage. Remember, pros mean the same as advantages, cons mean the same as disadvantages. Just another synonym. Now you can see my body paragraph 1. Okay, this is my topic sentence, all right, which reflects the same reason that I have given in my introduction, okay? These must be the same. All right, so one of the advantages of driverless cars is safety, okay? And you can see I've written about it here just in slightly more detail. So, topic sentence, all right? Generally much safer than cars driven by humans, okay? Then, of course, you have 2 sentences explaining, all right? Explaining. So I need to explain my advantages, and for the last sentence, of course, is an example. Okay. Ding Lam.
I'm here.
Can you please read my topic sentence?
Topic sentence is automated or driverless car are generally much safer than car driven by human.
Okay, pretty good. This word here is driven. Can you say that, please, Ding Lam? Driven.
Driven.
Good. Not driving. Driven. All right. So again, everyone, this sentence, my topic sentence, okay, all right, is a longer version of this. Now I need 2 explanation sentences. Ming Ang, what is my first explanation sentence?
Automated cars always obey the traffic rules and they never lose concentration or get distracted like human drivers do.
Okay, good reading, Ming Ang. Does the sentence make sense to you, Ming Ang?
Yes, teacher.
You understand everything? Good. All right. By the way, in my topic sentence, okay, I put this in here, generally. Okay, because as you probably know, sometimes driverless cars, they do have problems. All right, sometimes they do cause accidents. Maybe they don't recognize someone walking on the road, or they don't recognize someone on a motorcycle and they hit them. All right, so instead of saying much safer, meaning they are always much safer, you use this word here generally when you mean most of the time. Okay, so generally is just another way of saying driverless cars most of the time are much safer. But instead of writing most of the time, I've written one word, generally. Generally just means most of the time. Okay. Phong Duk Ang.
Yes.
What is my second explanation sentence, please?
Second,
I've highlighted it.
I think is the advantage of
No, you
automated
just
car.
read what I have highlighted. Okay, just read.
Okay. Driverless cars can also communicate with each other to avoid causing traffic jams and hitting other cars or people.
Good. Okay, so everyone, I hope you can see my second explanation sentence, okay, refers to this advantage, okay, which I wrote about, which I mentioned in my introduction. Again, I've just written about it here in more detail. And you will notice, instead of saying traffic congestion, okay, I've said traffic jams. Means the same thing. Jams is just more informal. Congestion is the more formal way of saying the traffic is really crowded. Traffic congestion. This is why this essay would get a score of 9, okay? Because I'm showing that I know how to use, okay, both an informal word and a formal word, meaning that the traffic is crowded. So again, I'm showing that I have a good vocabulary. So if you want to get a high score, you need to know synonyms. Okay, and finally, the example. Example is always the last sentence of your body paragraphs. Always have an example. Nok Ang, can you read the example, please?
For example, in a recent year-long trial of automated cars in California, there were no reported accidents between cars or other road users.
Okay, do you understand all of that, Nok Ang? Does it make sense?
It's okay.
Okay, and Nok Ang, what is another way of saying for example? Can you remember? Another way I could say for example. Nok Ang, any idea?
For instance,
Yes, very good. Very good, Nok Ang. For instance, excellent. Okay, so in my next body paragraph, instead of saying for example, I could say for instance, okay? Again, just to show the examiner that I know a synonym, another synonym. All right, so I hope this makes sense to everyone. Again, this is my body paragraph number 1, where I talk about the advantages or the pros of driverless cars. Okay, my topic sentence saying, I think they're much safer. Why do I think they're much safer? Okay, here's my explanation sentence. Here's another reason why driverless cars I think are good. Okay, and then I give an example. All right. Now, everyone, I want you to do the same. Your turn to write now for body paragraph number 2. Body paragraph number 2, you are going to be looking at the what? Jafet? Jafet?
Yes.
Body paragraph number 2, what's it going to be about?
It is about disadvantage.
Is correct. Very good. This is an advantage-disadvantage essay, which means first body paragraph must be about advantage, second body paragraph must be all about disadvantage. Okay? Now, up to you what disadvantages you want to choose. Here are 4 disadvantages. Okay? Here are 4 disadvantages. Please choose 2, up to you, and write about them in your second body paragraph, but using the same structure as I have just done for advantages. Okay, so you're going to need a topic sentence, you're going to need 2 explanation sentences, and you're going to have to think of an example. This example, by the way, is not real. I made it up, okay, which you can do, of course. Doesn't matter if you make something up for your example. The examiner doesn't know, all right? And the examiner doesn't care, just as long as your example is in correct English. All right, so everyone, 4 sentences, please. In chat. In chat, please. 4 sentences in chat for the second body paragraph. The paragraph that looks at disadvantages. And as I say up here, these are the 4 disadvantages. So choose 2. And again, just in case you've forgotten, why do we have to choose 2 disadvantages and not just 1? Because that's what the question asks for. It asks for disadvantages with an S. So you must have 2, not 1. So everyone, as quickly as you can, the 4 sentences for body paragraph 2 for this essay, looking at disadvantages of automated cars. Leduk Ang.
Yes.
What is the synonym I have used for automated in my essay? Instead of saying automated cars, I also say what?
Driverless cars.
Correct. Very good. And so again, why have I used a synonym? I could say automated cars all through the essay, and that would still be correct. But remember, using a synonym will help me get a high band score. That's why I did it. That is the difference between an 8 and a 9 band score. So just a reminder of what we're doing. You are sending me in chat body paragraph number 2 for this essay. A paragraph where you will discuss disadvantages of automated or driverless cars, and you need to write 4 sentences. 1 topic sentence, 2 explanation sentences, or even 3 explanation sentences. Because, of course, you're talking about 2 disadvantages. So you could write 2 topic sentences, 2 explanation sentences. So you could put an extra sentence into this if you want, if you have time. And of course, your 4th sentence is always an example. And for the example, you will need to make one up. So as soon as you've finished, I will check everyone's writing and let you know your mistakes. Okay, Chung Hu.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you've done, Chung Hu, you've talked about how automatic cars can bring a lot of benefit. For this paragraph, you don't need to mention that at all right? Just need
I
to
mean,
focus
like,
on the disadvantages.
I mean, like, I don't remember what I talked about in the first body paragraph, so
Sure.
yeah, it kind of hard. It kind of hard for me to get the idea because I forgot about what I talked about in the body paragraph
Okay.
one.
I understand. That's why I showed you. I showed you the 4 disadvantages. Okay. So you can just choose any one of those. Doesn't matter what you said in the first one. Okay. In your first body paragraph. Doesn't matter. All right.
All right.
I'm not worried about what you did last week. Just looking at this paragraph for this week. But again, looking at, remember, Chung Hu, you've written about how your uncle used to be a driver. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, remember you must use the words for example, okay? Or for instance. Okay, Chung Hu?
Oh, well,
Good.
let me fix it a bit.
That's fine. Okay. Anybody else? Should be just about finished by now. Most of you. You should be getting better at this by now. You've had a little bit of practice. Okay, that's better, Chung Hu. That sentence is now correct. So you must always use the words for example or for instance. Huang Ang, how are you getting on?
I just posted. I just posted.
Okay, thank you, Huang Ang. Okay, Huang Ang. Just reading yours now. The structure is good, Huang Ang.
Okay.
Okay, but some of the words you've chosen are not quite correct. Okay, such as non-human factors. All right, run by non-human factors. That phrase doesn't make sense. Okay, you would have to say
I could say by artificial intelligence.
correct. Much better, Wang Ang. That is correct. Okay.
Alright.
Artificial intelligence is perfect, but not non-human factor. Run by non-human factors doesn't really make sense in English, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Again, just one small English mistake. Run by artificial intelligence. Should be these cars, okay? These cars.
Alright.
Just small grammar mistake. Pose threats to passengers, not on, okay?
Right.
Pose threats to passengers. All right. Rest of it is fine. Wang Ang, good. Okay, Ledok Ang.
Yes.
Okay, just looking at your writing, just careful with some of your grammar. Okay, Ledok Ang. Driverless has to be cars. Okay, with an S on the end. All right.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. Okay. So remember, if you do this in the test, this will count as a mistake. Okay. And you want to eliminate little silly mistakes like this. Driverless cars might have cybersecurity risks and passenger safety issues. All right, so there's no S on passengers, but the S goes on the end of issues.
Okay.
All right, one disadvantage ordinary cars might be hacked, which can lead. Okay, needs another word there. Might be hacked, which can lead to system malfunction is a noun phrase, needs an article, lead to a system malfunction, okay? And the car might crash. Moreover, in an emergency situation, okay? Emergency with a Y on the end. The AI built in the car, all right, might not cannot, might not handle the traffic and get into an accident. Okay, and again, your structure is good, Ledokang. Okay, correct structure, great. All right, but just lexical mistakes. Again, you're good, but shows that driverless cars don't have the ability to track the path they are running on and can crash into the wrong lane or trees. Does that make sense, Ledok Ang?
I mean the lane where they have like the fence.
All right. Okay. In English, you would call that the lane barrier. Do you know this word? Lane barrier. Or you could even say lane fence. You could use the word fence. All right?
Okay.
But it would have to be lane barrier or lane fence. Okay, so that's a missing word. So that's pretty good, Ledokang. As I say, just some small lexical mistakes, okay? Just a couple of wrong words, couple of missing words. But the ideas are good.
Okay.
Jafat.
Yes.
Okay. First sentence is good, Jafat. Perfect. Okay, Jafet. The paragraph's a little bit long, all right?
Oh,
So I would take out the sentence. You don't need the sentence about the autonomous cars, okay?
yeah, okay.
Okay, so the sentence, moreover, driverless vehicles may replace traditional drivers, okay, which can lead to unemployment, okay? That's all you need,
Okay.
okay? Otherwise, having the extra sentence, there's nothing wrong with the extra sentence, but it might make the essay too long, okay?
So you just need to like say the disadvantage and then example.
Yes,
Oh,
but you just mentioned a couple of the disadvantages. Maybe just explain one of them, all right?
okay.
To keep the essay short enough. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, so you have mentioned two disadvantages here, and you've tried to explain both of them. So that sentence about the autonomous cars, you don't actually need, all right? Doesn't matter. So just go straight to the example. All right, and just a very small, you're doing very well, Jafet, with this. This is good. Just a very small lexical mistake, okay? You've got art, gaming, there's a word there before music. What is it, Jafet?
What?
Such as, there's a missing word here, such as art, gaming.
And music.
Correct, okay? Must
Okay.
have and, okay? All right. If you are giving a list of things, the last item in the list must have the word and before it. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Art, gaming, and music. And driving is no exception. But the rest of that is good, Jafet. Very good.
Thanks.
Good work. Fung Duk Ang.
Yes.
Okay. First sentence is good. The fee when you book an automated car will be costly. Okay, will be costly. Okay, because the company has to use high-priced components to replace the drivers. Okay, if the driverless car phenomenon, okay, Fung Duk Ang, good, happens more frequently, okay, not much frequently, okay, more frequently. More frequent in the future, a number of people could lose their jobs. Okay, Fung Duk Ang? A
Yes.
number of people, has to be people, not person, a number of people could lose their jobs. Okay, we have to say could because we don't know for sure. Yes, they probably will lose their jobs, but because we don't know 100%, we use the word could. Okay?
Okay.
For example, a driver may change their job due to recruitment shortage. Doesn't quite make sense, Fung Duk Ang. What do you mean to say? Your example, Fung Duk Ang? What do you mean?
I means when no one hired the driver, they have to change from driver to another job.
Okay. For example, a driver may change their job, has to be due to a lack,
Oh,
L-A-C-K, a lack of, you would say, lack of opportunities is the collocation. I'll send it to you, okay?
okay.
Can you see that, Fung Duk Ang?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so that's what you need to say instead of recruitment shortage. Okay, lack of opportunities just means the same as there being not enough jobs. Does that
Oh,
make sense?
yes.
It is a collocation too, by the way. Okay, which means these words go together. Lack of opportunities just means there are not enough chances for something. Okay, for example, if
Yeah.
you play football, you could say, I had a lack of opportunities to score a goal today. Means I didn't get any chances to a goal. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Lack of opportunities is a collocation worth remembering. Thank you, Phong Dok Ang. Okay, who else? Viet Tien.
Yes.
Okay, looking at the other side, some cars in the future, okay, has to be past tense. I'm sorry, Viet Tien. Could be quite costly, okay? All right. Sorry, that's not past tense, okay? Can be quite costly. Could is better. All right, could.
Could.
Okay, meaning, yeah, they probably will be quite costly, but I'm not totally sure. So better to use the word could rather than can. And there will be cybersecurity risks. Generally, producing your own driver's car is very difficult as the cost will be pricey. Okay, that's good. You know, about criminals leading on to consequences, for instance. Okay, not many people, including the wealthy, consider getting an automated car for the reasons as above. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, don't need the word same. So just for the reasons as above. Consider getting an automated car for the reasons as above. In fact, don't even need as. For the reasons above would be fine. For the reasons above. Much easier. Okay, Viet Tien, any questions?
No.
Okay, rest of it is fine. Ming Ang.
Yes.
Okay, one main drawback is the high cost of driverless cars. Okay, good topic sentence, Ming Ang. Very good. No mistakes. To produce, another disadvantage is job loss. The cars could replace million first taxi drivers because cars. Okay, because cars. Just looking at your other disadvantage, Ming Ang.
Yes.
So millions of professional taxi drivers because cars don't need. Okay.
Yes.
Not no need. Cars don't need human drivers. For example, companies may need fewer workers. Okay. Companies may need fewer workers, meaning, need to put the word meaning in there instead of so that. Okay, Ming Ang?
Yes.
I'll send you the word. Okay? This word replaces so that. Okay? So, Ming Ang,
Yes.
can you read me the last sentence, please? Your last sentence, but using the word meaning instead of so that. Okay?
Yes. For example, companies may need fewer workers, meaning people can lose their job because everything is automatic.
Good. So the sentence is now correct. Okay, Ming Ang?
Yes.
Okay. So companies may need fewer workers. Meaning just means the same as which means. If companies need fewer workers, that means people can lose their job. Okay? So we can use the word meaning instead of saying which means. All right? Always better to use one word instead of two if we can. Does that make sense, Ming Ang?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good. Rest of it is fine, Ming Ang. Good. Ding Lam.
I'm here.
Okay. So we're supposed to be looking at disadvantages, Ming Ang. Sorry, Ding Lam.
Oh, what? I think we writing about advantage.
No, supposed to be disadvantages. Okay. However, let me look at what you have written anyway. All right. So your first sentence, Ding Lam, your ideas are okay, but you have quite a few word mistakes. Automated cars will become popular because they are safer. Okay? Because they are safer. All right? Not because of
So,
safe of them doesn't make sense. Because they are safer. Okay?
okay.
Automated cars, certainly have to obey the traffic rules, analyze different situations to choose the best way. That is okay. That sentence is all right. Moreover, driverless cars. Driverless cars can build is not quite right. All right. Driverless cars. All right. Driverless cars. Yeah, I'm not sure about this sentence, Ding Lam. Doesn't quite make sense, right? Because cars with drivers can also have private space for passengers and be comfortable. Okay, so that reason is not quite correct.
Yeah.
Your example is fine, though. For instance, many Chinese car automatic parking features very helpful for those with poor driving skills. Your example is fine. Okay, so just your first sentence and your third sentence, all right, don't quite make sense, okay?
Okay, I will correct this.
Okay. Nok ang.
Yes.
Okay, first sentence is good. Second sentence. Good. Nok ang.
Yeah.
Nok ang. Did you use AI to help you write this?
No, I don't.
You didn't. Okay. That's good. Well, nok ang, it is perfect. Nok ang. All right. So if you didn't use AI nok ang, then congratulations. All right.
Okay.
That is an excellent paragraph, nok ang. All right. Excellent. No mistakes. So very good, nok ang. For that you get 100%. All right. So nok ang.
Yes.
If you wrote that in an essay, that is a band 9 paragraph. Okay. It is perfect. Okay. Any more for anyone? Just give everyone one more minute because then I want to move on to a little bit of speaking. Next week, by the way, we will look at the conclusion to this essay. But for the last 15 minutes, I do want to do some speaking. Ming Ang.
Yes.
Okay, like I said, next week we are going to look at the conclusion paragraph. Okay, next week.
Yes.
What are the 2 words we use to begin our conclusion paragraphs? Can you remember?
I cannot.
We always use the same 2 words. When we want to write our conclusion paragraph, which is the 4th paragraph, of course, always the 4th paragraph, we always begin it with the same 2 words. Always. Doesn't matter what the essay topic is or what sort of essay it is, we always use the same 2 words to begin the conclusion. Can you remember, Ming Ang?
Is in conclusion.
Is correct. Very good, Ming Ang. You do remember. All right, everyone. Always, conclusion paragraph should always start with in conclusion. Okay, always start it this way. Okay, I haven't seen anyone else's essays, so we will stop that for the moment. All right. Please send it to me in chat if you are still working on it, and I will look at it at the end of the lesson. But just for the last part of the lesson, I want to practice a little bit of speaking with you, which we haven't done for a little while. All right. Vietian, can you see the video?
Yes, I can.
Good. All right, everyone. So this video is to do with speaking part 3, which we haven't done much of for a while now. So this video is going to introduce some ideas to help you with speaking part 3. Remember, speaking part 3 is when you have to speak in more detail about an opinion. All right, they will ask you what you think of something, or they will maybe ask you to list some things. So have a listen and look at this video, everyone, and then we will do a quick practice.
Valuable marks in IELTS Speaking Part 3? Well, let me show you a simple formula to give Band 7 Plus answers. Hello, it's Keith from the Keith Speaking Academy.
I'll just check. Jafat,
Yes.
can you see and hear everything?
Yes, I can.
Good, thank you.
Here, why am I here? Here to help you become a more confident speaker of English. Today, I'm going to show you how to handle IELTS Speaking Part 3 questions. Okay, we're going to look at some common topics, the typical questions that you get in IELTS Speaking Part 3, and my secret formula. 4 things that help you give Band 7 Plus answers. I'm going to show you these things one by one in 4 different questions so that it is crystal clear for you. Okay? Now remember, in Part 3, you do need to develop
Just go back a wee bit, everyone.
these things one by one in 4 different questions so that it is crystal clear.
Okay, this here, crystal clear, okay, is an idiom, collocation. It means it's very clear. Very clear. Crystal, by the way, is a type of glass which you can see through. Okay, so the phrase crystal clear is an idiom, just means something is very clear. Okay, very clear, very easy to understand. So if you use the collocation crystal clear, it means you understand very easily. Crystal clear. So that it's crystal clear for you means that it's easy to understand for you. Like I say, crystal, type of glass. Glass is clear. You can see through it. Crystal clear just means easy to understand.
For you. Okay? Now remember, in Part 3, you do need to develop your answers, right? Maybe speaking for up to a minute if the examiner allows you. Sometimes they interrupt you. And of course, you're evaluated on fluency, vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation. But the secret is, how do you optimize for all of these? This is what I'm going to show you. There is a PDF up here with all of these answers and the full analysis, which is really going to help you in your preparation. Okay, let's begin. Okay, the first part of the secret formula, remember there are 4 things. The first one is connectors. Connectors, cohesive devices, it's how you link your ideas. And this helps your fluency a lot. Now, you don't want to use written formal connectors, like firstly, secondly, thirdly, finally. And also because your structure is not going to be like that. It's going to be much more of a flow, but you do need to connect your ideas with natural spoken connectors. So let me show you a model answer. This is for the topic of sport, very, very common. The question is, what kind of sports are popular in your country? Very typical question in Part 3. What kind of blah, blah, blah is popular in your country? So let's have a look at this answer. See if you can spot the connectors. And I'll give you a clue. They're usually at the beginning of the sentence. Not always, but usually. Let's have a look.
Well, to be honest, I think most people are into individual sports like swimming and running. I guess one reason is that they help people switch off mentally, and of course, both are a great way to keep fit. So, for instance, most mornings, most parks near me are full of people jogging really early in the morning. Having said all that, some people do enjoy team sports like football, but more to watch rather than to play. I'd say Manchester City are the most popular team right now. I actually sometimes go to see them play. There's a great atmosphere at their matches.
Right, nice answer, hey? So if you have a look here, you can see, think of connectors as a bit like signposts. Boom, boom. They're pointing the way, telling the examiner what's coming next. So here we begin with, well, to be honest, and that tells the examiner, I'm going to give my opinion. Honestly, well, to be honest, da da da. And then the next, I guess one reason is that. So here it's kind of saying, I'm going to tell you the reason why people like individual sports. It's referring backwards. It's connecting that idea. Okay. And he goes on then. So for instance, clearly, I'm going to give an example of what I've just talked about. Nice. For instance, for example. Then later he says, having said all of that, now this is basically a kind of a counter idea or an opposite connector. We've kind of said all of this is positive, but this is negative. Or all of this is negative, but this is positive. It's a counter, an opposite. Having said all of that, you can say, having said that, if you're just going to counter the previous sentence. If you've been talking a lot, like here, you can say, having said all of that, I now think something opposite or slightly different. Yeah. Similar words are, but, that said, mind you, however, also, you could say. Okay. This kind of counter idea connector. Very, very useful, very nice. And that's a great structure to use, right? Say something that's kind of positive, and then, mind you, something a little bit opposite. Okay, lovely idea. So you can see here, different connectors. That is the first part of your magic formula. Let's move on to number 2.
Okay, number 2 we will do at another time, but I will just show you this again and get you
basically
to practice a little
kind
bit.
of a...
Okay, so remember I've told you, I'm sure most of you remember, speaking part 3, you answer the question, you explain, and you give an example, which is what this person who answered this question has done all in the first paragraph, okay? Answered the question about what sports are popular in your country, answered the question, explained that, okay, given an example. Then to make their answer longer, has used this connector or linking phrase, okay, to maybe talk about people who enjoy team sports. You could also say here, instead of saying having said all that, you could also say but, however, or also. Connectors don't have to be complicated, can be just single words. However, but, also can all replace this connector. Okay, and the other connectors that he was talking about here, well, to be honest, okay, is always a good way to start an answer. Instead of saying because, this is more conversational. I guess one reason is that, okay, could have said because, this way is more conversational though, better communication. And then with the example, has said for instance. So again, they've followed the basic structure of answering a part 3 question, answer, explain, example, then they've gone on and given another answer. Okay, I'm going to ask each of you, same question, see how you go. Remembering A, E, all right? And you are allowed to use anything from here you like. All right? So, nok ang. Nok ang, oi. Phung dok ang.
Yes.
Okay, Phung dok ang. What sports are popular in Vietnam?
Well, in Vietnam, they prefer team sport like football or basketball. But I think the basketball in Vietnam is the most common sport. Uh, so I guess that because basketball is very easy to play, they just need a ball, uh, some space to and uh,
Okay, I'll
uh,
stop you there. I'll stop you there, Phung Duc Ang.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so not bad, not bad. Just need to get you a bit more fluent. All right, you are pausing a too much. But answer, explain, example. That was good. Okay, Ming Ang.
Yes.
What sports are popular in Vietnam? Going to ask everyone the same question, by the way. So remember, Ming Ang, answer, explain, example. So, what sports are popular in Vietnam?
Um, I think that in Vietnam, people often play play team sports such as football or basketball. No,
Hmm? Okay, so you've given your answer and you've given an example. You need to explain now, Ming Ang. Why do people play these sports? Why? What's a reason why people play football or basketball? Ming Ang?
uh,
Maybe one
I
reason could
think
be because they like playing with their friends. Okay?
yes,
Does that
because
sound right?
yes, because they like play with their friend and improving physical fitness.
Good. Okay, good. Much better, Ming Ang. Okay, so remember, answer, explain, example. Okay? Or you can have the example before you explain. That is okay. Ding Lam. Ding Lam.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. What sports are popular in your country?
Uh, I think the sport popular in my country have a lot. Like team sport is football or basketball. And because I see a lot of in Vietnam places in my school have a lot of club and my friends play this they play basketball. Yeah.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. Remember, everyone, you remember the introductions. I know we haven't practiced this for a while, but phrases like this to introduce your answer. Well, to be honest, in my opinion, off the top of my head, that's a tough question. I've never thought about this before. Okay, remember all these introduction phrases that you can use to start your answer are very useful. Huang Ang,
Yes.
what sports do people play in your country?
Um, well, I think to be honest, people in Vietnam usually prefers outdoor sports such as football or badminton, and mostly we can mention basketball. Uh, in but maybe in some urban cities, urban areas, we also enjoy the indoor esports such as like esports uh or like a yoga. Uh, to be honest, pe I think people in Vietnam mostly and anyone enjoy this sports.
Okay, that's good, Huang Ang. That's fine. Good. Jafet.
That's that is not good. I was not
So
good.
Yes.
it's okay. Just needs to be a little bit more fluent, Huang Ang. But we haven't done this for a while, so that's okay. Don't worry. Okay, Jafet, your turn. What sports do people play in your country?
Um, off the top of my head, the most popular sport in my country, including basketball, badminton, and recently there's pickleball. So people in Vietnam usually try this sport because they want to keep fit and be healthier. So yeah, it brings a lot of benefits. So it mm, became a part of their life routine.
Okay, not bad, Jafet. Okay, you sound relaxed. I like the way you laughed a little bit in the middle. Okay, that's fine. All right, that's fine. Means you are communicating naturally.
Okay.
All right, good. Leduk Ang,
Yes.
what sports do people play in Vietnam?
First of all, I did think that people in Vietnam, right? Sport teacher,
Hmm,
wait. Can you
that's
repeat the
right.
question?
Yeah, what sports do people like to play in your country?
Ah, in my country, people usually play like um, outdoors like badminton, basketball, and football. And one of the reason people wants to play those like do the activities because they want to keep fit, be more healthier, and furthermore, people can enjoy their moment with their friends and probably like they like the environment when they're playing their match. And for example, I at my school, no, in my class, there's like a team of football, and they like to like go and find opponents across the schools so they can like knows what's the level and where they at.
Okay, that's pretty good, Ledok Ang. All right, not bad. Again, just need to improve your fluency, but that's fine. Haven't done this for a few weeks, but good structure. Okay, and good answer. Viet Tien,
Just teacher.
what sports are popular in your country?
Well, to be honest, I think people in my country would probably prefer outdoor activities like football and basketball. I can conclude to that answer as my friends in class always go out and play it in their free times. I guess the only reason that people love is because it is very fun. They can communicate and making friends with each other, and most likely they want to keep fit.
Okay, good Viet Tien. Good answer. Very good. Chung Hu,
Yeah.
what sports do people like to play in your country?
I think most people like country are into like the famous, the most famous sport like football or running. I mean, I think it's responsible because they are quite popular, meaning that everyone will know the basic concept of it and they can get the hang of it. Finding it fun, I think. Like for instance, most of morning I going out to buy some ingredient to make breakfast. I see like every single park at my home. Yeah, every single always full of people jogging and some even practicing how to play football and all. And despite all of that, there are other type of people who like the sport that less people know, like golf, uh, volleyball. But for me, I think I just rather watch people playing sport than play it myself because I have a lot of skill issue in there. And the only sport I know how to play is just badminton. I don't think people play that much. So yeah, that's just based on people prefer.
Okay, so that was a good comprehensive answer, Chang Hu. Very good. Okay, everyone, sorry, we've gone a little bit over time, so that's the end of the lesson for today. Next week, all right, we will finish the essay. We will look at writing the conclusion, okay, and we will also do more speaking practice. Some of you, I know, haven't done speaking for a few weeks now and a little bit out of practice. So we will start to practice that more. Okay, any questions before we go? Okay, everyone, thank you for coming to class this morning. Hope you have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you next Sunday.